After a successful handover, our supply force is making its way back to base when an enemy aircraft is spotted north of their position. With all available aircraft in the vicinity are already returning to refuel, we have no choice but to hold our course and prepare for the worst. As the enemy approaches, we join forces with a group of B-17F flying fortresses and attempt to spot the enemy on our port wing. The tension is palpable as we scan the horizon, knowing that our supply force is vulnerable to attack. By chance, we spot the enemy aircraft just as it comes into view. This is our only shot to take it down and prevent the Japanese from carrying out any plans they may have. Without hesitation, our B-17F flying fortresses spring into action, flying straight towards the enemy. We quickly identify it as an Aichi E-13A, a long-range reconnaissance seaplane. With our sights set on the enemy, we give chase. In full throttle, the fortresses expertly maneuver through the sky, closing the gap between us and the Japanese scout. Our pilots stay hot on the enemy's tail. The enemy aircraft tries to evade, but our pilots are relentless, continuing to pursue, refusing to let up until the scout is taken down. Finally, after a tense chase, persistence pays off as the Japanese scout is hit and begins to spiral down towards the ocean. We watch as it crashes into the water, a plume of smoke rising up in its way. Successfully defending our supply force, dealing a blow to the Japanese war effort. It's a small win, but it's a step in the right direction. Our efforts must have thwarted the Japanese plans, as 2 nights go by without any enemy presence. But just as we begin to let our guard down, 2 blips appear on our radar. Our B-17F flying fortresses are still on the same scouting run and on course to intercept the enemy. To investigate the other enemy blip, we send up 12 Avenger depth chargers using the aircraft carrier, the Wasp. As we dived lower, the B-17F spot a Japanese submarine on the surface, unaware of the flying fortresses above. It's a split-second decision to attack before we are spotted in the subdives. The fortresses line up their bombs, targeting the submarine. As the fortress's 2,000-pound bombs rain down, the Japanese sub dives out of sight, leaving an explosion on the surface. Out of sight, all we can do is hope that we've dealt a significant blow to the enemy. Meanwhile, the Avengers from the Wasp are making their way towards the other blip. We wait anxiously for any updates, knowing that every second counts in this battle. We remain vigilant and determined to protect our supply force and defeat the Japanese war effort. As the Avengers reach their destination, the blip disappears out of sight. We don't have much time, so we scout the area for any sign of the enemy. Suddenly, we spot another Japanese submarine on the surface, either charging its batteries or enjoying the sun. Without a second thought, training kicks in. The Avengers stick to their plan and dive in for the attack. As the lead Avenger designates the area for the rest of the group, the depth charges are released, targeting the submarine's rudder. The submarine goes into a frantic dive, but it's too late. The rest of the depth charges make their way to the deep, destroying any hopes for the Japanese sub to make it back up. We watch as the water churns and bubbles, knowing that our mission has been a success. Our supply force is safe for now. With the sub looking in bad shape, we are left not knowing the outcome, but it doesn't look good for the enemy. We can only hope that our efforts have paid off and that we've dealt another blow to the Japanese war effort. We turn our aircraft around and head back to Wasp, knowing that we've done all we can for now. Our mission is far from over, but we remain determined and ready for whatever may come next.